slate here. The Browns are at the Jets. This line opened up Browns minus 9.5. It's still 9.5. So Jets are coming off the first win, and I know some Jets fans who are so devastated that they're not going to have Trevor Lawrence on their team. But we'll see. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, first of all, I want to apologize for so smugly saying I will never bet the Jets again. I don't want to make myself look stupid and then immediately being proven wrong. I have bad luck with the Jets every year, it seems, because they were one of my biggest bets last year against the Bengals, and then they lost. So I should just probably keep my mouth shut on the Jets for the most part. But I'm going to be on the Browns here. Staying away from the Jets. I think that this line is, a little bit lower than I expected it to be. I know it's almost double digits, but I thought it was for sure going to be in the double digits. So getting a little value, at least in my head. And the Browns are they're on fire right now. Baker Mayfield's playing really well. Their offense is just firing on all cylinders. And, I know their game against the Giants could have been closer if the Giants had been able to do anything in the red zone. But the fact of the matter is their defense did well against the Giants. Denzel Ward being back is huge for them. And I could see them shutting down the Jets. Their pass rush is getting healthier as Myles Garrett returns from the COVID list. He's getting back into game shape. So I think that the Browns are going to be ready and motivated to beat the Jets here. They're not going to overlook them because they'll see, oh my God, the Rams got embarrassed by the Jets last week. We can't fall victim to this when we might have a chance to catch the Steelers and overtake them for a division title when it looked like the Steelers could go undefeated the rest of the year, or at least up till the playoffs. So I think that the Browns will be ready for this one. And I think that, they're going to put up a lot of points. And even if the Jets score a bit, Cleveland should win this by double digits, basically. So we're getting less than double digit line. I'll be on that for 1 to 2 units. I'm leaning on the 2 here, probably. I just think that Cleveland has everything going right now. And as long as Baker Mayfield's hot, I will usually stick with the hot quarterback. So he's my guy right now.
Yeah, I'm with you here on the Browns, but you're more confident than I am on this game. I'm worried that the Browns might overlook the Jets, even though the Jets beat the Rams. The Browns have to play the Steelers next week, so that's a huge game for them. It feels like they need more time to prepare than just a week, so I think there's a chance they could overlook the Jets. The one thing that would give me pause for that, actually 2 things. One is that Baker Mayfield has a chance to beat Sam Darnold. And I know Baker Mayfield has a huge chip on his shoulder, even though he is the number 1 pick overall. Some people, they doubt that. And while he's not Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, the 2 guys you would take over Mayfield right now if you were to redo the draft, still, some people were saying that Darnold should have been the pick back a couple years ago. So I think Baker Mayfield might be motivated to beat Darnold. The second thing is the Jets just won the Super Bowl, right? They won the first game of the year. I don't know how motivated they're going to be to try to win again. Obviously, I'm sure they'd want to win again, but they probably did a lot of celebrating after that game. Personal story real quick. I was on a terrible basketball team when I was 19 or 20 years old. We were 0-8 or 0-9. We're 0-9 in the season. We're playing the best team in the final game of the regular season. We're not going to make the playoffs. The team was 9-0. And we somehow beat them. I don't know how we beat them. And it was great. And then we just went out drinking that night, and we got so hammered. If we had another game to play, we wouldn't have been able to play it. So I feel like that's how the Jets are going to approach this game. They're not going to really care. So I'm with you on the Browns. I'm just worried that they're going to look past the Jets.
Yeah, I guess I'm banking more on the Jets being completely flat or checked out at this point, because their biggest goal the rest of the way was we want to avoid being 0-16. That team knows they're not very good. That was more about we got to get a win to avoid being historically bad. We got to get a win so that if this is Frank Gore's last season, he's not going to go out on a losing team. So that sort of stuff. So I just can't imagine them being that checked in for this one. But I could see Cleveland overlooking the Jets, but I think I said this last week about the Rams. I think that because they know that they need to win this game to have a chance of division, they'll do it. But again, last week said it about the Rams and it didn't pan out. Let's see if Cleveland can get their guys in order a little bit better.
Yeah, we'll see. Here's an interesting question from Andrew Paul. Could the Colts lose next week intentionally so they don't see Trevor Lawrence in the division? Obviously not if they can win the division, but if they're somehow eliminated from winning the division, what do you think?
I would still say no. I think that I just can't imagine a team that's in the playoffs and still jockeying for some sort of seeding position, even if it's not the division. If they were just battling for, we're either going to be the 6th or 7th seed, then I don't think they would lose. Now, if you're talking about they are locked into a specific seed, I don't think they would throw the game necessarily. But I think if the Colts were locked into, say, the 6th seed or something in that last week, they might sit Phillip Rivers and just say, we don't want him to get hurt, and sit some of their other stars and be like, all right, we're going to use this as a bye week. To put a long answer short, I don't think they're going to lose intentionally if they have something to play for. If they have nothing to play for, they will probably play some of their backups, if not a good chunk of them.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I don't think they lose intentionally. I don't think players think that way. Like, the players are super confident. The NFL players, like, they're very cocky. Like, they probably think that, like, hey, we could beat Trevor Lawrence. Like, it feels like they have that sort of mentality. I don't think they do that, but I think you're right. If this game doesn't mean anything to them, like if they're locked into either like 5 or 6, then I think that they would probably sit the starters, like you said. So we'll have to see. But it sounds like they'll still be able to potentially be able to win their division. So I guess we'll see.